Calling the meeting to order. Everyone please silence your phones or shut them off or do it without them. We're going to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I need a motion to approve the agenda. Motion by Shannon, second by Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Alright, we don't have anything for open forum, so we're gonna move on to our speaker.
You have to take a
Roll call.
Oh.
James Torres.
Present.
Ozzy Morales. Myself is here. Tapia Bobby. Thomas Farron.
Present.
Frankie Snell.
Present.
Sharon Brower.
Present.
April Leno. Gianna Monica. Holly Beth Desmond.
Present.
Crystal Guerrero.
Present.
Natalia Fuller.
Present.
Richard Garcia. Paola.
President.
Jennifer Gonzalez.
Present.
Jillian Harris.
Present.
Carlos.
Present.
Lydia Luther.
Present.
William.
Present.
Pierce Mont.
Present.
Gianna Rose.
Present.
Shania Vanover. Edward Guerra.
Present.
Dr. Valerie Andrus. Arthur Patry.
Present.
Darcy Dubois.
Present.
We have
Alright, we don't have anything for open forum, so we'll move on to the,
You have to approve these. You have to read these.
oh yeah. Yeah, Dr. Dr. Andrews had to leave and Gianna Delmonico had to leave. Andrews had a meeting and Delmonico got called over.
She's, that's what we do. She's.
Yeah, probably it's an early leave. But yeah, motion to approve the leaves. First by Sharon, second by Crystal. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. Alright, we don't have anything for open forum. We'll move on to the speaker. We have Emily Locino, for the graduate student assistant for student leadership. She's going to be talking about the graduate leaders program.
So my name's Emily Pacino. There's a few people that I know in here, a few that I don't. So I'm the graduate assistant for student leadership. I work under Kristen Salemi in the student union. And we have a program called Emerging Leaders that runs for 6 weeks on Fridays. It started on February 17th. It's a 2 to 4 program where I teach leadership skills, team building, self-care, and many other different things that you need to know to be a leader and ways to understand leadership as well. So we are looking for more people to sign up for this program because right now we are at 3 people coming to class and we are hoping to get more so we can continue this program for years to come. And I think it is very just important for people to learn. We have a bunch of people that were with me last semester, like Paola, Lydia, Jen, Eddie, James, of course, Natalia. And so it's very just, oh, and Richard too. I didn't see you back there, I'm so sorry. But as like, you could talk to any of them and they'll all say that it was a great way to bring them into even like this, doing like SCG and just being more involved in the campus life, in the community. So it's a lot of fun. I do like a little bit of lectures, not to the point that it's too much. I know that everyone's in class for lectures. We do fun games, and we really just get to know each other and become friends while it. And it's just a great way to bring people together. So I have like little forms with the QR code to sign up if anyone is interested in it at all. And I would love to see anyone, and also for anyone who has done emerging leaders, this Friday is team building day. And it's hard to do team building with 3 people there, so I'm opening it up to any single person that wants to come who has done it in the past and who wants to be doing like in this now. I just will need you to like send me an email before, because I'm going to bring gift cards, $5 gift cards to Dunkin' for anyone who can make it. A little bit of incentive for people to come. So I hope to see anyone there at all. And would you like me to
I'll pass them.
Okay, thank you so much.
If you want to send me an email tomorrow, I can send it out to everybody that it's still open.
Thank you, that would be amazing.
Yeah, just send it to me, I'll send it out tomorrow.
Thank you.
Moving on to officer announcements, I'm looking forward to James Torres.
Hey everybody, welcome. Had a great week so far. I just want to make a couple announcements. A lot of folks aren't on committees at the moment, and the reason being is that some of the committees that you guys have applied for, they're full. Like for parliament members themselves, like we still have non-parliament members that can join committees, but some of you guys aren't on any committees at all. Me and Ashley are going to sit down probably next week, Ashley, and we'll probably be calling you guys and let you know like, what options you guys have to join the committee. So another thing we want to start looking forward to, like getting people more involved on campus, too, like that. We're looking for people to start doing recruiting. There are a couple high energy people over here on that side of the room. I think they would be great for the job. You know, also we want to start advertising more stuff, you know, like getting more involved on campus, like I said. More events, more stuff, you know what I mean? We're doing we got an update on the Valentine's Day party, but not to cuss, but that thing was the bomb, you know. Other than that, I don't have any other announcements. Thank everybody for being here. I give the floor back to Speaker Fura.
All right, I'll yield the floor to Ashley for her announcements.
Hi guys, here tonight. I appreciate you guys making that effort. It just matters if you guys are here because you guys are the school, you guys are the representation of the students, so definitely keep that in mind. I just wanted to give a quick update. We've updated the majority of you guys in our group B. So group B is the application that we use to kind of communicate with members and committees and commissions. So like what James is saying is that we have to start assigning people to certain committees. So public relations is a committee we oversee, like the media and the publishing of Facebook, social medias, and website. We have the elections commission that they're also going to need to be filled. There's some seats there because we are having an initial filing period coming soon. That's going to be March 29th, so keep that in mind. That means that we're going to have to do the process of kind of rejoining, filing again, and to run for positions because at the end of the semester, these positions are up, for grabs. So you guys can, if you're interested, you could apply for them and see, run. But other than that, if you're not on the group meeting, reach out to me after this meeting and just let me know because I can get you on there. It's very simple, just need your phone number. I should have your phone numbers already for the petitions, but just in case if I didn't miss anybody, let me know. And then once we get the commissions and committees confirmed, I will put you guys in your each group chat for those as well. Okay. That's it. I pass the floor back to you.
Thank you, Ashley. Passing the floor to Secretary Matthew James for his announcements.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here tonight. Before I start with my announcements, I'd like to begin by thanking everyone for their contributions to the Valentine's Day dance. It was a huge success. We could not have done it without all of you. I'd also like to thank everyone involved in planning and execution of the Student Organization Leadership Roundtable. That also went very well. I expressed the importance of organizations to fill out their program evaluation reports for each event they held between March 1st of 2022 to the present day. I will be accepting those until noon on February 28th, which is next Tuesday. So please try to get them in as soon as possible. We'll also have a nomination form coming out on Friday, March 3rd, and we'll be accepting responses for those until Thursday, March 16th at 5 p.m. After that, voting ballots will be sent out electronically on Friday, March 17th, and we'll be accepting responses for those until Thursday, March 30th at 5 p.m. If anyone needs assistance filling out program evaluation forms, please contact me or stop by the SCG office. Last thing, if anyone wants to join a committee, I got committee application forms right here, so come get one if you'd like to fill one out. I yield the floor.
Thank you, Matthew. I'll yield the floor to our treasurer, Padeo Lapi, for her announcements.
So I have two big announcements. So the first one is, I have two huge announcements. The first one is about the changing the finance budget line item number. That's on new business. So I'm just going to right now, I will be going back to that tonight. So changing the numbers. We are trying to bring SCG to the 21st century. So SCG created their own number line item like over 50 years ago, but it doesn't make sense according to their accounting standards. So we're trying, and it's so antiquated and so condensed. Like each line item is supposed to separate it, like there's expenses, there's revenue. So it's so like they're all condensed together. So first we have to, me and Nelia, the comptroller of the college, is going to be helping us with this. She's going to help us explain the numbers. Then we're going to figure out a way to make sure it rhymes with the national accounting numbers. And when that is done, we are going to start it next year. So I just need permission to start to change the line item. So basically, we're just bringing the new line item into the accounting standard. That's it.
We just do the vote now?
Yeah.
You can vote here.
Yes.
We can vote. We can do the vote now, so she's not going to be here later. So, vote on changing the finance budget line item numbers. So, you have the sheet right there for the votes. All right. Sorry,
So
yeah, you can do it.
when I get a motion to change the finance budget line item into an accounting standard, so it makes sense for everyone. Motion by James Torres, second by Christopher Figueroa. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? It's been passed.
Boom, pass.
So the second huge announcement, SCG actually has its own scholarship called the Veteran Beginner Scholarship. It's a youth scholarship. The application are available right now until March 17th. So you come upstairs to get the application from email June in the office. It is a huge application. It's a good scholarship. I got it last year, so it's an amazing scholarship. It has two winners. So it has two winners. So you can apply and hopefully get it. So you have to add between 30 to 89 credits. If you have over 89 credits, unfortunately you can't allocate the money. See, because the reason for that is firstly we have a lot of scholarships and seniors are usually going to have college, so that's the reason why sophomore and juniors and all. So, and please apply for scholarship. So last year I was the only one that applied last year, so that's why I was able to get it. So everyone please apply. It's a huge opportunity for everyone. It's open to everyone on campus. Apply for it. Thank you. Can I use the floor back to Speaker Thomas?
Alright, thank you. Let's go on with my announcements. We have two open spots of Parliament members on the bylaws committee. We're doing really well. I'm going to more in depth on just a couple things about this. This is basically just a paper version of
down a little bit for you guys today. So last Friday, I met with the director of athletics and recreation. We were talking about possibly extending the hours for the recreation center. We had a good conversation, and I got to meet with him for the first time. I didn't know him, and now we have a good working relationship. And the idea is that the reason why he's for the students. Like Arthur told me when I talked, that I told him I was going to meet with him, and he said he was right. He's for the students. His name's Mr. Densher. He wants to help us, but in the past, he has increased hours, and it's difficult because sometimes it's not very cost effective. So you need, if one student uses the time, it's not very productive. It's not very efficient use of the time. So what we're thinking is that when we send the survey, which I'll get to on my next point, I'll include parts that I'll include a section about the recreation center where people can list if they have any ideas of different hours. And speaking of the survey, that's going to go out on March 13th. The reason I pushed it back a bit was because we're having the town hall next Wednesday, on March 1st. So I figured that would be a good opportunity to get some more feedback from students before I send the survey out to everyone. So if I find anything else interesting there, we can add it to the survey and make sure that the students can have a voice and input on that too. So that's a week when we come back from school, from spring break. So that whole week, I'm going to be promoting the survey. Tell all your friends to the survey, as many people as possible, so we have data. So that when I meet with Mr. Tencher, or I meet with the library, or Donovan, or anyone, we see hey, these students want this time and they're willing to go. And then maybe people would be open, because it's not so much a matter of everyone wants to be for the students, but the cost to use ratio is very important. So that's why this data is important. So once we come back from spring break, that survey will go out and it's going to be great. So I'll yield the floor now to Tom.
All right. We got a conference report from the Student Veterans of America. We'll look forward to us to review.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephen Pina. I'm an officer and also a member of the Student Veterans of America Association on campus. I'm speaking on behalf of the 9 participants, including me, that went down to Florida to the Student Veterans of America Conference. It was a very interesting experience for a lot of us. It's a range between freshmen students who literally last semester was their first year to me, was a graduate student. It's actually my second time going to that convention as a whole. The convention focuses on a lot of aspects for bringing back the organizations back on campus, camaraderie, and also building with also the other organizations that are in the state. So URI, CCRI, Bristol, Bryant, even Brown University. It focuses on a lot of issues that student veterans have, both also with their dependents, which is a lot of imposter syndromes, a lot of other mental health issues that can kind of cause complications for students going through the education system and traversing back into the civilian life. It also focuses on aspects of assisting those that want to pursue jobs, whether that be in the federal sector or the civilian sector, and kind of how to well-round yourself into preparing for that next step after college. It also was a great opportunity for a lot of us that kind of got to meet with other veterans who, among many age ranges down from 20 years old to 45, 50, who are all going back to the education system. Same thing as James over there. So I was one of 2 people that was the second round going. Everyone else was completely first time go. And they all enjoyed themselves. It was a fun experience. It was overwhelming at times, but also very valuable and enjoyable in that sense. That kind of got a lot of people out of their comfort zone and kind of expanded their horizon on what there is to offer.
Thank you.
We're going to go on to reports. We have The Valentine's dance, report, we give the report to Ashley.
So I just wanted to say, just going off of what Matt said earlier, thank you guys, seriously, everybody, you guys all played a part into this. We have like little thank you cards that we are sending out later, so just expect those in your emails, but thank you, just appreciate that. Because honestly, it was a great event overall, like, not 200 students arrived, but it's okay, because those students that did arrive had a great time, and I think overall, like, this is just the beginning of the events that we can have. We're already talking about the round table, we're gonna hear some suggestions from students. We're gonna talk about later about different events that we can host for 21 plus, but just different things that we can do here. We're also talking about a block party coming soon. I don't wanna say too much, but just know it's coming. And just, again, just thank you so much. And, we're posting those videos and pictures today. We're doing a small release, you know, keep on the hype. A lot of people are asking us for the pictures, so we're just gonna play off of that. And after this YouTube video, you see us, I see you, we're gonna post it, you're gonna get a link, so just keep in mind for that. Thanks.
I have something to add on the back of that. So we also started to save all the stuff that we're gonna do, so that way next year we get a jump start on all this stuff instead of like trying to do it last minute. We got a folder already set up that me and her are working on, that will have all the receipts and like stuff that we think, or we can add more stuff to it, but just have the gist of what the operating cost is gonna be and stuff like that. So next year, we'll be prepared for it. So as soon as we touch down, in like spring, as soon as it starts, we start planning for it. And we'll have more, I want more people to be involved with it. I mean, you guys would have loved it. You guys would have a lot of fun. I know a lot of good ladies and guys were over there setting up with us and stuff like that, and walking around with us and ordering stuff. But yeah, it was a great time. I mean, it was building camaraderie. Everybody had a good time.
Yeah, and just to add up on that, basically starting to build a portfolio for yourselves, guys. So everything that you're doing here and just that event here itself, start taking pictures and reporting like about it, like, you know what I mean? Write about it, talk about it, because that way you're building your portfolio, so when you go into an interview, you can be like, hey, like, this is something that I've done, because like 6 months from now, you're not gonna remember everything that you did, and it's really good to have that and be prepared. But also, anybody who has a disposable camera, bring them back so we can get them developed, because those are really good pictures that we want to post. But thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. We're on to old business. We're gonna yield the floor to James, gonna talk about the operating agreement.
How you guys doing? We had a meeting with our lawyer today, and we actually met over the weekend. Like the entire e-board came in on Sunday. It was here for like 4 hours, 5 hours. It was a wild thing. So we're very, very close to getting this stuff going. Once we get this operating agreement going, we can hire some assistants for upstairs. So release the workload on Fatia, on Joan, and all that stuff. And also, this is a big thing. Like, we'll get our money for the students. You know what I mean? So now we're folding it right now, which we already know. But that'll be a big thing right there. And then we start moving forward with everything and start working with college and stuff like that. Today we spoke with the lawyer, and there was a couple things that we're bouncing back and forth, but it started here. We're right here right now, and we just need that final touch. So we're just gonna meet again with our lawyer on Sunday, which we're gonna be paying extra to do. But it's worth it, because in the end, we're serving the students. We want to get this done for the students, you know. So we're gonna be meeting on Sunday, and hopefully we're having I don't know if we brought this up. That's what I think was we had to talk about. The Parliament meeting next week. Is it next week or?
Yeah.
All right, that's what you had. That's what we were just talking about. So there's supposed to be a Parliament meeting next week. We'll email everybody about that. You want to explain that to them?
Yeah, so next week we have a Parliament meeting on March 1st. Like, we usually have it every other week, but because of spring break, we're having it next week instead of that following week.
So yeah, so we're gonna be having it next week. You're gonna get paid for it, so it's a good thing too. Hopefully we get that done, and we'll have it in front of everybody. We can vote on it. Boom, we'll get our money. Hopefully, we'll see how long it takes. But that's the one thing we need to get it done. And I know you, Mr. Raymond, you've been waiting for this to get done for a year now almost. Other than that, it's going great. You know, like we're looking forward to working with the school more closely. And like she mentioned, we have the block party coming up, which is going to be a thing with the entire student organization. So if you're part of an organization, make sure to let them know that we're gonna be holding this block party and prepare for it and come up with some ideas that we're gonna, it's Kristen Salemi that's heading it. So we're gonna meet with Kristen Salemi and we'll get all the organization leaders to do that and we'll push it out to everybody else. I yield the floor to Speaker Fura.
All right, so now we'll talk about the bylaws. So basically, this is our new bylaws. There's just two things, like little things that I was able to like basically change when it was printed, and we're gonna send out the virtual version here tomorrow or the next day. But if you don't mind, could you all go to page 4 at the very bottom? It should say virtual attendance. So like I don't all of it yet, but basically this where it says unless permitted by applicable laws, students meetings of student parliament may be held like to telegraph to a video conference. We just adding a little thing that just says as determined by the speaker. Basically, I just was very busy. I was kind of changing little things. I just didn't have enough time for it printed. But then we're gonna go to page 8, section 4.09. Basically. Alright, so it just has to do with notice of meetings, and it basically just says written notice stating the place, name, hour of a regular or special meeting delivered by mail, electronic mail, passive mail, or hand delivery. But it says not less than 7 days. We just changed that to 3 instead of 7. But besides those tiny little 2 things, all of this is the new bylaws. Try to go through as much as you can. Like I said, we're gonna do as a virtual version, and also yeah. Okay, so and if this will help too. All the bylaws are actually still on the website, and if you go on the website, it opens up. It'll make it easier to compare it to and see what we changed about it. And yeah, everything is going pretty smoothly. We're hoping to also pass this through Parliament at the next meeting. Like I said, if you have any concerns about that, let me know. If you want help, we have 2 slots open.
These guys have been working really hard this semester. You guys, how many meetings have you had already? Like 4 already? And last semester we had like 6 or 7 meetings on it. Like they've been working really hard on this, and like they've done a great job. So my hand to you, my hat off to you guys. I just wanted to come back to you guys on getting it done.
Darcy?
Is there written an operational agreement that you're supposed to go through this with the dean of students before it becomes?
Yeah, get a forward or a copy.
Yeah, I can forward you a copy.
But yeah, I think we're supposed to like.
We're not voting.
No, I know, but.
We're not voting on it.
So, in the operating agreement, it's not signed, so it's not a live document right now. For future, once we do sign it, it will be something that you work with you directly with. I know that they're going to be, if they haven't already, they send you a copy of this because we're just showing people like what an updated version of it. So if anybody has anything to change, we can change it now and stuff before we get it passed. I believe they want to get it passed by March 1st. So I'm hoping that they will be sending you a copy before that's
Yeah, I mean, I assume that means a conversation before.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so this is just introducing it, I believe.
I can talk to you after Parliament about it too. But anyways, I got to say about the bylaws, we got new business. First, we got March 1st President Roundtable sponsored by SCG. That's my guy James.
All right, how's everybody doing again? So March 1st, there's going to be a roundtable here with the president of the college, President Warner. It's got all the students. I believe Darcy has already sent out an email to every student on campus. So this is like your chance to meet the president of the college, and any concern you have, you might be able to, I don't know, are they screening the questions or? No. So you have to RSVP for this. You can't just show up unannounced. We're trying to keep it professional here. So you all got an email. It's from the dean of students. So when you get a chance, go in there, check it out, RSVP. We got free food. We're sponsoring it for everybody. So it's SCG is going to be sponsoring the whole event. I want to say just you, correct, is going to be handing out the mics and having a little speech.
Yes.
So Mr. Fred, you want to give them a little insight on that?
Yeah, so Today we met with Condition Services and I let them know that as part of my role as deputy speaker, I'll be introducing the president and concluding the events. And I said, I opened it up to the Condition Services if they wanted to come, they can. And that's gonna be our opportunity to not only help out with the event, but to gain some insight on what the students feel like I mentioned in my announcements, so that we can put it in the survey. So yeah, we'll be handing out the mics. Like the format, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they're gonna state it's state of the affairs, right? Yeah. What? Yeah, and then what was I saying? Right. So it's state of affairs for the college, so the president will have an opportunity to address some of their own concerns as far as the administration goes, and then after we'll open up to a Q&A. So then that's when you'll have your opportunity to address the comments that the president made and maybe some concerns or phrases that maybe you have. So it's going to be a good event. Hopefully we get a good turnout because and that's why I pushed the survey back, because these people that come to this event, they're going to have really good input that's going to be invaluable to us. So, yeah.
Please tell anyone outside student government about this, because this is literally we're always dealing with how we can improve the school, but people aren't student government. They probably don't like this, also don't like it. Tell them about this, because it's one of the only ways they're actually going to be able to get their voice fully heard. So please. All right.
All right. Thank you. All right. So with that, like I said, be there, please. I want representation from the student community government to be there. It's, like I said, we're sponsoring it, so that way we can actually recruit there as well. We're gonna have a lot of organizations there, a lot of students there as well, and we can, I don't know if we can set up a booth, is that possible?
You can do
Bring out some petitions, since we're sponsoring it, and we'll have a main man over there, life of the party. You can do some recruiting there, we'll get some folks there. Another thing I want to add to that, we love you guys. And we want to reward everybody for doing such a great job here. And we're planning on setting up a bowling party / movie night. And we're going to pay for everybody in Parliament. It'll be after a Parliament meeting. So after the party, you're all welcome to as well. Darcy, Arthur, Professor, and this. And you as well. Anchor News. Sorry, I looked at the camera. Anyhow, but yeah, so we're planning on doing this thing. We're looking at 2 locations currently right now. Lincoln Mall, which has a movie theater right by it, and it's not too far, you know what I mean? And we'll pay for all the food, all the bowling, and your movie night. And I don't know if we made a decision on if we're gonna pay for popcorn and stuff like that. But, so we'll talk about that. But what's the date that we're looking at? We don't know yet. But it'll be soon. I'm just letting everybody know, prepare for that. We'll send everybody an email about it. Okay, moving on to the next one. All right, this is a big one right now. Currently, right now, we're waiting for the school to release our money after we get everything done. We just found out last week. But so for some reason, we don't receive the graduate student activities fee. From my understanding, there's no such thing as just a graduate student activity fee or an undergraduate student activity fee. It's just a student activity fee. And right now, that money is being pulled on the side for some reason. It's being held there. We're talking right now with the college, so we're already on it, and we'll report back to you guys and find out what's going on with that. So other than that, I yield the floor back to Speaker Fura.
Sorry. Just a reminder, I can help you with that. Just a reminder to give me the graduate student organizations that you're currently supporting, so that I can let Steve Netter know, so I can try to get you a percentage back.
All right, I'm going to yield the floor to Ashley for a 12+ event discussion.
Hello again. I just wanted to put that out on the board. We're hosting, or we're trying to host a 21+ event, so we need some ideas. We're just looking at you guys for some creativity, some thoughts. Just keep in mind that the event would have to, exclude those who are under 21. It's 21 only, just because of the college's policies. And we just have to, respect that and try. It's the first event, so
This semester.
This semester,
For the
for
next
sure.
3-4 weeks of conference as well.
Yeah, I mean, we turned around the Valentine's Day pretty quickly. We don't want to be rushed like that again, but we do know that we can get things done if we just put our minds to it. So this is something that should be interesting to the students and kind of create some interest and some buzz around campus. So think very hard. If you can't think of something right now, that's okay. Just reach out to us and let us know. Anything, I know that somebody said like could be like wine and dinner and like a date night type of thing. Like just think of anything. There's bingo, karaoke, yeah.
So I was just trying to think of like what holidays are close to us. I know like St. Patrick's Day is very close, but another holiday that can be maybe used for this event is Cinco de Mayo. So that's like, you know, 2 months away, which gives us a lot more time, and especially since it's a 21 plus event that we've never done before, might give us some more space to have that time and like actually plan a well first event. Anybody else have any other ideas? I mean, you could also, collaborate with like Lasso and Milos, which I know are two Latin-based organizations. That way we're not doing all the work by ourselves and sponsoring it all and paying for it all.
Is this different than the block party, or is this the same?
Yes,
This is
would be a
different?
block- Yeah, because the block party is open to everybody. That's like where everybody kind of gets together. I'm not sure what day exactly for the block party, but I'm assuming it's around like finals, like before finals, just kind of like end of year celebration. So what we're doing here would be more of an intimate gathering of students who are engaged. You know, just again, just to kind of keep it more controlled in the sense of checking IDs and things like that. So I don't know, guys. There's karaoke, other things, Star CSC.
Yes, just to share, the block party historically has been Thursday before exams begin.
April 27th.
Yes. And that's important, guys, because other events that traditionally happen at night are stacked after that. You don't need to know what this sequencing that we do, so we made sure that the 27th is free.
I was just gonna tell you the date.
All right, so I know the new chief of staff is going to be in charge of our portion of that, and Mr. Jakes is going to be helping as well as Ashley. So if anybody wants to help Richard and them, put like a committee for it, and you guys can meet with Kristen Salemi about it, about the block party. You know, sorry.
Is there a discussion? Once, twice, third time.
It's okay to be shy, guys.
All right. All right, we're going on to updates your remark. We're skipping Valerie Endress because she had a meeting for the meeting she had, and we're gonna move on to staff update. We look forward to Arthur.
Thank you and good evening. It's exciting to hear that agreement is close, the bylaws are well underway. There's a lot of exciting things happening, plus some successful events such as the Valentine's evening. I do come to you as the PSA representative tonight to share some sad news. A longtime PSA member, Mr. Mo Valencia, passed away on Sunday. Like many PSA members, you may not see them. The PSA members are those people behind the scenes. In this case, Mr. Valencia was the go-to guy for the internet. The reason internet is so much better now on campus is because they have telecom, etc. So PSA is saddened tonight, and we're saying prayers for his family as well. On a more positive note, I'm really thrilled. It's been a long struggle, but the Dining Center has been approved for posting out for a nutritionist to improve our dietary services. We recognize the need to expand our capacity in the nutrition and wellness area, and this position will allow us to do it. Have nutritional data, we hope, out there for all of our guests, improve our menus to have them reflect more healthy eating opportunities, as well as address the increased demand that people have for nutrition services because of different dietary needs they have. Again, I want to commend everybody on the Valentine's dinner, Valentine's evening. I would ask this, I think the Valentine's event went good in terms of getting 100+ people, and that's because a lot of members of SCG were right over the dining center, reminding people. I still have dreams about you going around. Right? You always end there with them. Have a great day, and I respect that. But I think we have to be grassroots. Those people that we see in our classrooms, our fellow students, if you're over in the dining center, I think we have to take every opportunity to promote this town hall. Conditions and services are great. I really want to share with you, many people, faculty, staff, across the board, we want to do more for the students. We want to do it purposely, and your input helps shape what we do and how we do it. This is a great opportunity to get students there so they can share their input. Please don't take this the wrong way. Ashley, you guys did an amazing job turning around that Valentine's event, but we're running out of time here. We have a block party as well as that 21 event. And I've been here for years. Once spring break comes, the rest of the semester is like a sprint. It just happens. So I would strongly suggest we work together and we get as much done before spring break. And after that, we have everything else to worry about, exams, there might even be some people in here graduating. So, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Eddie.
I just wanted to say, before I forget, I had a few things to say. So the first one would be Happy Wednesday. I think it's week 6 of the semester. So like Arthur just said about spring break, I can remember it was just September and I was just in my first semester here. But there was a few things that you said that I wanted to say. You said about wine and dinner, maybe a wine and paint night could be possible. One person or multiple people had been telling me about they wanted turkey bacon, which goes back to what you were saying about the nutrition. They were telling me, so they told me to pass the message. So, and rest in paradise to the PSG member, and it goes. I could not say it. I wanted to say it at some point. Obviously, we're not in Michigan State, but rest in paradise to everyone that went through that at that college. We haven't experienced something like that here, but death is the saddest thing. So, not trying to be negative, all positivity, but rest in paradise. You brought something up. I could not say it. And I believe that's all.
Thank you, Eddie.
On that note, thank you for saying that. If we just take a moment of silence for Mr. Valencia and folks we're talking about from the school down there. Thank you, guys.
All right, now we're moving on to the Davidson's Darcy before.
So I know we've talked a lot about the town hall tonight. I would love it if all of you could actually RSVP. I just sent you all another email to remind you to RSVP. I know you're not supposed to have your phones right now, but if you could pull out your phones and actually RSVP and get there. As soon as I sent it out, I went from 5 to 13 RSVPs. So hopefully, I figured out when I send things out at night, I tend to get a better response. But it's really important that you're all there. And the president has really talked about the importance of making RIC more student-centered campus. And the only way we can do that is by knowing what it is that you need us to do, right? What are you looking for us to help with? So it really is important to have as many voices as possible there, okay? It's just going to be myself and Cindy, the Vice President for Student Success. And then you will see some members of the Student Life Committee. So there's representation from staff, faculty, and students there. And they are there just to hear if there are any issues that come up that aren't really things that SCG could, tackle or, bring things back to the college like, all right, how can we help with this situation or anything like that. So they're going to be there, but otherwise we're not really allowing any other staff or faculty to attend if they don't have a role. Because we really want everyone to feel as comfortable as possible to be able to share their feelings, okay? And then Frank and I met about the survey, so it out because I told him I think sometimes some issues might come up out of that meeting. And we want to make sure that we capture those, that feedback that comes. So we want to put that into the survey. And I want to say I really appreciated that Frank made an appointment with me and we sat down for an hour. I want to open that up to anybody. So the 21 plus party, if you need ideas, you want to run things by, you want to talk about the bylaws, please, open door, okay? And then the last thing I just want to say, I had an awesome time for Valentine's Day party.
We know you did.
Thank you for inviting me. I thought you guys did a really, really good job. I really did. And 110 students is nothing to laugh at. This has been a really hard time for people to get back out of COVID and going and doing things. So that's not a number to not be proud of. So congratulations on a really successful event.
Candace, please were even enjoying this.
The last thing I wanted to say was the Valentine's Day party was a movie, so thank you guys for making it a success. Seriously.
You're the rock star.
Now thanks everyone. Now we're going on to appointments, resignations, and vacancies.
All right. We don't have any new appointments, resignations, or vacancies at the moment, right? Correction. All right. So I just want to take this time right now to give you guys a treat. This is the reason why the screen is open.
Did I not officially be found from stop?
We already did that last time.
No, we did that?
Yeah, that was last
We
meeting.
did that last meeting. All right. So we have a nice treat for you, courtesy of our president of Anchor. He did a commercial for SCG for a project that he had for his class. It came out great. We had a great time filming it. So we'll show you the actual commercial. Then we're going to show you the bloopers reel. So.
Yo, what's good, bro? Hey, good man, how are you? Good man, how's this semester been? I mean, like, even when I show up at like 7 a.m., half the student meeting class filled just because dorm students like to park there. And also, I go to the library, it's like 10, I just got off of work, it's already closed.
Yeah, Tom, I completely agree with you. It's the same with the gym. Every time I try to go there, it's closed, and it's so annoying because I can't go during class.
Oh, guys, can I do some help?
Actually, there are a couple things, but who are you?
I'm James Torres, I'm the president of the Student Community Development. So we help all the students on campus. Whatever you need, you got to start an organization, you got a problem with a professor, you got a problem with a department, like I heard you saying, anything you guys need, we can handle it. So if you guys are interested, I got cards over here to give you guys right here, and then you can see $7 over here. You think you have some business. Wait a minute, guys. There's only one way to celebrate this. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! All right, and we have a bloopers reel.
Oh,
Sorry.
Three, two, one, action. Hey, Tom, what's up, man? I'm good, how are you? Frank, good. 3, 2, 1, action. Hey, Tom, I'm good, how are you, man? Come on. Yo, you said good, man. How have you been?
No, you said it too fast.
3, 2, 1, action.
Good, how are you, man? I'm doing alright. I was just asking about
One, action.
I mean, like, even when I show up at like 7 a.m., half the student meeting lot is filled just because dorm students like to park there. And also, I go to the library, it's like 10, I just get out of work, it's already closed.
You'll pick up the camera.
What's going on, Frank?
I think it's easier when there's nobody, right?
All right. 3, 2, 1, action.
Hey, how you doing? I'm James Torres, and I'm president of the student benefit.
Wait, start.
President of the student community government, we serve all the students on campus. Anything you got a problem with it's done, whether it's parking, like you said, we'll take care of that. So I got 2 cars for y'all over here, give me a call whenever you got need, and we'll get on that right now. So, there you go, sir. Here you go, you want me to go?
3, 2, 1, action.
All right, James, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah! There's nothing about it. Thank you guys. Good job, everybody. Raymond, thank you so much for the opportunity. We care every time we're here, and we appreciate every time you post us up on YouTube and stuff like that. So if you guys don't know that by now, you're all on YouTube.
Moving.
Yeah. All right, so we don't have any adjournment, no appointments or anything like that.
Moving on to issues of Parliament members. So, you guys go once. Last week. Carlos?
I have an issue, but the 21 plus event, do a mixology class.
Mixing drinks. That's a nice one.
All right, based off of what you guys are saying,
All right, I'm just gonna say this again, and I would like to fill out a committee appointment application after this meeting, just come see me. And also, Sojourn has their polar plunge this Saturday, so feel free to donate to RIC, it's for the kids, so please.
Oh, so I just wanted to say, keep an eye out, I believe the 23rd, which is tomorrow, programming is having their R&B night. It's a silent disco, I believe it's 6 to 7 p.m. I know for sure I think it's in the City Union Ballroom, but there's signs everywhere and there's flyers. So keep an eye out, that's something that should be pretty fun. It's silent disco, so headphones, no music, but you're still dancing. Another thing is that the School of Business is hosting mock interviews in Alger Hall, room 110 from 4:30 to 6:30. This is going to be the 28th of February, which if I'm not mistaken is a Tuesday. Yep. So next Tuesday there'll be mock interviews, so make sure you sign up for that, just to prepare yourselves for the real world. Yes.
Another thing, I'd like to remind everybody again, I mentioned last meeting, but in May, I believe, I'll get you guys the information, the proper information, but there's a boots on the ground event going on. It's in Newport, I believe, and it's commemorating all the soldiers that passed away in the war on terrorism. They have like almost 1,000 different flags and stuff they have to bring down, and they need volunteers. Also, Michelle downstairs from the bookstore, I know you guys all know her. She's going to be doing an event, and it's on April 12th. They're going to be handing out everybody's cap and gowns, and she needs volunteers. Thank you. She needs volunteers, and it's going to be like an all-day event. They have to give out like 1,000-something different cap and gowns. So it's going to be from like 9 a.m. to like 6 p.m. And it's if you need more information, touch down with me after this. Just square you guys away with that. Other than that, I'm all set.
Arthur?
I don't want to prolong this meeting, but I really like that idea. SCG now has had a prominent place with new student programs at the beginning. It would really be nice for SCG to have a touch, if you would, on the end. So anybody that can volunteer, it might be fun.
Going twice. Third time. Alright. We're say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? Meeting adjourned.
Speaker Tom Fura, President James Torres, thank you both so much for giving me your time for this quick post-Parliament meeting interview. Speaker Fura, a big topic was the proposed changes for the bylaws. Can you give a little more clarification on what this means?
Basically, like, the old bylaws are made I don't know exactly when, but like somewhere in the 1970s, so we're just really, really outdated, and there was just a lot of things we had to change. For example, quorum, like, in our old bylaws, we needed to have, like, 56 people to reach max membership, and now we have it to a much more reasonable numbers, and just a lot of other things that just would make our relationship with the school much easier. It would take probably speaking for an hour if I actually went into real in-depths, but that's basically the gist of it. Is it's very outdated, and we're trying to make it so we have a better relationship with the school, and so our organization functions better.
Aside from quorum, is there any other main big things or big ticket items that are going to be changed?
I'm trying to think right now. I can't think of anything at the top. I have to look at it, honestly. I can't think of much on the top of my head. The quorum was the main big one, though.
One more quick question for the bylaws, because I remember when President Thurston was talking about this, he said that you guys needed 30 members. Is that still the case?
Let me take that one?
Yeah, you can take
Yeah, so we still need 30, but to meet quorum, we only need 16. To pass stuff is 16. A couple other changes we made was we made the committees smaller. We made a minimum number instead of you having to have it mandated. So we made that so it helps us as well as the campus. Keep the committees like stocked, with students and stuff like that. Other than that, there's just minute things that we did for each committee and stuff like that. We moved some stuff from actual bylaws to policy because they were in the wrong spots. So that's a good thing as well. So.
Another big topic of discussion during the meeting was the soon-to-be operating agreement. This has been a big issue when it comes to SCG trying to get the pen to the paper. We've been covering this for over a year. You even gave us a nice little gesture during the meeting. Is there an ETA on when that's going to be signed?
We're looking to get it done by 2 weeks. Hopefully, like I said, we're meeting on Sunday. Our lawyer's going to be coming in as well. So we can get that done, and then we can shoot it back to the lawyers for the school. If we're in agreement, we're going to sit together. We're going to try to set up an appointment or a meeting with them and us as well. And we can all sit there together, and we're going to get it done that day, hopefully.
You mentioned during the meeting that there would be some kind of vote once there's the stage of a tentative agreement between the college and SCG on the terms. So before you, President Torres, puts the pen to the paper on that agreement, will Parliament get to see it and make input?
I'm not sure how that goes because that's like I'll get back to you on that. I'll find out exactly how that works, but I don't want to say something and put my foot in my mouth because I don't know if that's something. You know what? Actually, I can say something about that. What I want to happen is I want it to sign it here at Parliament. So we'll have the faculty or like the school come here and we'll sign it here and we'll do it live in front of the cameras. I don't know if you would be interested in that. Wink, wink. But that would be something great, and we could have the students here do it as well.
But could other people read it before you sign it? That's the at least other members of Parliament.
It's not going to be legal until we sign it, but so I don't know if because it's a legal document and it's still confidential at the moment. So I don't know how that will work, but I will get back to you as soon as I can find out. I'll ask our lawyer this Sunday.
Got it. Another point of discussion you brought up was the student activity fees for the grad students not being given to SCG. What is that all about?
So apparently, a couple years ago, they moved something around, when President Sanchez was here, I believe, or before that, I'm not sure. But basically, what they were saying, a lot of the grad students aren't on campus. They're not being involved on staying in organizations, which is, I don't know. I know a lot of graduate students that are actually in organizations. There's an actual. If you remember, last semester we actually have a graduate student nursing group that came in. So we're gonna keep moving with this as we've been doing. We're welcoming all the grad students, even if they're not giving us your fee. We're still gonna help you guys out. We're not gonna ask for it right now, but we need to really rectify that because it's a student activity fee. It's not a graduate student activity fee. It's not an undergraduate student activity fee. It's just a student activity. If you're a student and you're paying this fee, it should come to the rest of the students. And the thing was that this student, I don't know if a lot of people know the history behind the student activity fee. It's a self-imposed tax by the students for the students because there was nothing on campus when this first came out. So they actually imposed this on ourselves so we can fund ourselves to get stuff done on campus for the students. So
the college is saying because they're not involved that SCG is not getting the fee?
I don't know the exact specifics of it, but from my understanding right now, that money is being pooled on the side, and it's just sitting there.
Do either you personally want that to be given to SCG?
It should.
Of course.
It should.
Well, I
But
mean-
we're gonna sit with the college and talk about it. So I mean, I'm not trying to create any waves or anything. I'm pretty sure it'll get fixed. You know what I mean? It's probably something that was overlooked, and hopefully that'll.
One last thing you both could probably talk about, there's going to be a town hall with RIC President Dr. Jack Warner next Wednesday, right next to us in the Student Union Ballroom from 12:30 to 2 p.m. Any kind of words of encouragement for maybe a student who has a complaint that doesn't know about this yet?
Please show up, man. Please, like, I'm being real. Like, I feel like people have a lot of problems with this college. It's pretty obvious. I mean, you could ask anyone, and even if they don't directly say it, like, a lot of people, I can just tell, like, they're not fully happy. So it's, like, one of the main things that we can try and do to, like, actually improve, just in general.
Yeah, like he said, get out there. You know, it's sounds cliche, but your voice matters. You know what I mean? It really freaking does. Like, your voice, like, people don't understand. Like, they come here and they think that just I'm going to class and I'm, you know, get involved on campus. If you don't come here, you have no right to complain about anything on campus. You know, and your voice. This is your campus. They don't understand that. You know, so they have their voice. You express it. You know what I mean?
And with the town hall, even if you can't actually show up to it, you can still send in, like, whatever complaint you have beforehand, so it will still be reviewed.
Who can they send that to?
That's a frank question.
Yeah. So no. From my understanding, when you RSVP, so every student has gotten this email. It's from the Dean of Students, Darcy. So once you RSVP at the ending of it, you get to ask a question, and I guess they're vetting questions this year. I don't know how that's working, but yeah. So yeah, you put your question in there. If they pick your question, I'm pretty sure that's gonna go out the window. I'm hoping it goes out the window, but I don't. Yeah, but I don't. Yeah. All right.
And students must RSVP in order to attend, correct?
After that. Yes, sir.
You can't just show up. You gotta, just let them know you're gonna show up.
RSVP via the Eventbrite link that was sent via campus-wide email by Dean Dubois, I believe. President Torres, Speaker Fura, thank you both for your time.
Thank you, guys. You guys have a great day. God bless you and your families.